you'd have to be thoroughly not very smart in order to intentionally go off. I mean, they know they're at a dinosaur park, and there are dinosaurs that eat meat, and they're in a glass sphere. What could go wrong? Welcome to Best Guest.
Hey, I've got some trivia.
What kind of trivia?
Jurassic Park trivia. How many velociraptors were in Jurassic World?
Jurassic World? So there starts off with 4, and then 3 die. So, how many were there? 4.
Do you know their names?
You got Blue, obviously, recurring character. There's Charlie, Delta, and Echo.
Correct.
Woo!
What film was the Spinosaurus in?
A Jurassic Park 3.
Okay.
Because it's one of my favorite dinosaurs. It's cool. When it kills the T-Rex and everything. Is it the next question? What kills the T-Rex?
What character does Chris Pratt play in the Jurassic World films?
Owen Grady.
Correct. What does Dennis Nedry steal the embryos in the first film?
Okay, Dennis Nedry is the guy that gets killed by the Dilophosaurus.
The fat guy.
Yeah. So steals the eggs. It's in a canister. Shaving cream?
Yes.
Nice.
What year did the first Jurassic film come out?
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna embarrass myself saying my guess here.
2001.
2001. It's later than the 60s. Earlier than the 2000s. For some reason I want to say the 90s, but yeah, it's the 90s. So, what year? Hold on. I gotta think about this. So, the first one, okay? Because there's 3, and they all come out in the 90s. So it has to be early 90s for the first one, right?
Can I give you a hint?
I suppose.
They don't all come out in the 90s, not the first 3.
Okay. Okay, so they don't all come out in the 90s. So 80s. Okay.
Totally, yeah.
I'm gonna say 1987.
1993 was the correct answer. Jurassic Park 3 comes out in 2001.
So I was right when I said early 90s.
Yes, but they didn't all come out in the 90s.
So some came out early 2000s.
Yes, the third.
I was thinking the other way. Okay.
How many movies has the original Jurassic Park T-Rex been in?
The original one.
Yes.
Because, okay, one died to the Spinosaurus. So I'm going to say the original 3.
4. It was in Jurassic Park, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and now in Dominion.
It's the same T-Rex?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there were 2. That's the one. The second one got killed by the Spinosaurus?
Yes.
There
are actually more. There's 3 other T-Rexes. There's 2 in the Lost World, and the one that gets killed by the Spinosaurus in Jurassic Park 3.
Okay.
What did Robert Muldoon say before he was mauled by velociraptors in the first film?
Can I have a hint?
Clever.
Clever girl?
Yes.
Yes. Whoa! I got it. I remember that in one of the movies, but the clever. Okay.
What were the names of Hammond's nephews from the first film?
Is it okay? I gotta think about this. So, the nephews are the young kids, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, because I'm thinking of Zach and Gray from
I
the
can
first
confirm
Jurassic
they're
World.
not Zach and Gray.
Okay. Ooh, this is rough. Is one of them the kid that didn't know what a velociraptor was or something?
No.
I do remember this part.
They're the 2 that get caught in the kitchen in the first film with the velociraptors.
Oh yeah, and they're like crawling under the. Okay. I have no clue.
Okay, the boy's name starts with a T.
Tommy?
Tim.
Tim.
The girl's name starts
So,
with
there's a niece. You said nephews.
Sorry.
Okay.
Nephew and niece.
Okay, so what did her name start
L.
with? Lori?
Lex.
Lex. Okay. Okay, not doing so well. So,
How many seasons are there going to be in Camp Cretaceous? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
um, how many more?
How many are there going to be, period?
4.
Correct.
Okay. Is there any more?
No.
Okay. Wow. I thought I was gonna do a little bit better.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get the T-Rex one, because really you just have to count.
Well, I thought that the Spinosaurus killed the original in 3.
No, that is it's a male T-Rex in that film.
So it's the same one from the first movie until
Into Dominion, yes.
Wow.
She's very old, which
Nice.
is kind of the why I thought she was gonna die, because it's the last Jurassic World film, and it's a super old T-Rex.
Yeah. I suppose. So, I have a quick question. Which one's your favorite movie? I have a guess that's the first one.
I really like the atmospheres of Fallen Kingdom and The Lost World, which just so happen to be the second movies in their trilogies.
Yeah.
But Fallen Kingdom seems like it has 2 themes, because they're in 2 completely different locations during the film, and they're very different. So I would say The Lost World is probably my favorite,
Okay.
but also it's highly contested with the first Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Yeah, I also really like Fallen Kingdom's like more horror aspects of it.
Yeah.
Like when they're with the Indoraptor being so like stealthy,
And
when
in
it's like
Maisie's room.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when she's all laying down and then the head comes and.
What is your favorite film? Is it Fallen Kingdom?
I really like Fallen Kingdom. I'm not a big fan of the first Jurassic World film, especially because Zack and Gray never show up again. The characters are just like there and then they're just gone.
Yeah.
I do like the Spinosaurus in 3, and like when they crash the plane and they're just like there and they're like trying to get off and everything, and they're trying to avoid the
Maisie
Spinosaurus.
is really
I do like when the Spinosaurus is in the aviary.
Oh.
And they're like, it's swimming around and they're like on the boat or whatever and they're trying to get across.
Maisie is the only child character that's been in more than one film. Because Tim and Lex were in the first film. I guess they have a brief cameo in the second one. And then Malcolm's daughter is in the second film.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and she gymnastics the Velociraptor out the window and it gets impaled by a spike.
Yeah, which also happened in Fallen Kingdom. when the another Velociraptor thing got impaled by spikes.
Yes.
Well, in this case, it was Triceratops. Yeah. So favorite film. I'm not a big fan. Yeah, like I said, of the first Jurassic World movie, and then this is a hard question. So I think I'm gonna go with Fallen Kingdom, only because of the Indoraptor and the way that they're like in the mansion and they're trying to get away from it. Although I do not like the like polarity of like the 2 drastically different settings.
Yeah.
And mood changes from saving all the dinosaurs to kill a dinosaur. But it has. I really like the Indoraptor as a villain, and the fact that it's like. I don't know. I just really like it, and it's so much different than the other movies.
Is it only Zack and Gray that you don't like from the first Jurassic World film, or are there other things that...
There are other things. So with the Zack and Gray, I feel like the characters were... There was a lot of moments, and there's a term for this, where it's like... I feel like not if I were in the situation, but I feel like they could have done better, and there were some decisions that they made that like didn't make sense, like even before like they're chasing the dinosaur and everything, like when they flat out go off the trail or whatever.
Off-roading, they did it for fun, they're kids.
Yes, but I feel like that was kind of almost comically irresponsible.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been made more sense if they were like hit and then they veered off or something, opposed to that like, hey, let's go to all the. I mean, you'd have to be thoroughly not very smart in order to intentionally go off. I mean, they know they're at a dinosaur park, and there are dinosaurs that eat meat, and they're in a glass sphere. What could go wrong? I mean, I feel like that was a little silly.
Other than Zach and Gray, though.
Yeah, other than Zach and Gray. I feel like Claire, I mean, she has, like, a big arc throughout the whole story. From being... And the way that she starts off in the movie is kind of annoying. I mean, that kind of helps with her arc and makes it more satisfying in Dominion when she's, like, finally, you know, home with Chris Pratt and everything, you know. But I feel like the way she starts off, I'm not a big fan of her character in the first movie.
Yeah.
She's in a very, like, powerful position in Jurassic World, and she's kind of like a too, I don't know. She felt like stuck up or something, I guess. I know she's supposed
that's intentional.
to. Yes. But I feel like it was so much that it wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah, I get that.
Because her arc wasn't... I mean, it was a very drastic change for her in the first movie. But I feel like it wasn't necessarily satisfactory. You know? I do like the Indominus Rex, though, as a villain. And when Owen Grady's underneath the truck and he's, like, covering himself in fuel so that the...
to cover his scent.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like the Indominus Rex, the fact that it's so, like, scary as a villain, it's so, like, monstrous, I feel like that really helped the movie out. I feel like that was... Because there's none of that in the previous 3 movies. It is different from the Jurassic Park movies because there's no hybrids in those movies.
Like that the dinosaurs are becoming the main antagonists, kind of?
Yes.
Well, at least in Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World.
Yes. I saw somebody looking back there. But I do. I feel like it'd be cool to have a Jurassic Park movie. I know they're all, like, the end of the Jurassic era, Dominion was that. But I feel like it'd be cool to have a movie with minimal human characters.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I thought they were trying to do that with Blue, in a way. Not in Dominion, because Dominion Blue has a surprisingly small role. But in Fallen Kingdom, Blue is kind of like, especially when Blue's fighting the Indoraptor. I really like. I would have preferred if it was just Blue versus the Indoraptor. I mean, it makes sense that the humans would have had to help because there's no way a Velociraptor could take on a Velociraptor plus T-Rex. That just doesn't make any sense. Plus whatever else is in there. But I feel like just dinosaur versus dinosaur movie. Think of... I really like Godzilla versus Kong for this reason, because it's more focused on the monsters in that movie. I would have liked if there was something more like that in the Jurassic Park films.
The thing is, the Jurassic World movies are trying to portray them as animals,
yeah,
not monsters. That's why the actual dinosaurs who don't act as monstrous as the Indominus.
Yeah, well, because the hybrids are naturally more monstrous.
Yeah.
The Indoraptor feels more of a weapon than an animal.
Well, it was designed to be a weapon.
I know, exactly. So something like that, where, say, maybe a movie focused on a pack of velociraptors, say, because people really like velociraptors, and it seems to work so far in all of the movies. But taking down, or trying to take down, a hybrid. Think of the first Jurassic World movie.
That might happen, but I don't think that's going to be a Jurassic World.
Oh, I don't think so either. Probably because
that's like a like besides the Indominus, like that's something that you'd see in like a documentary, like a pack of velociraptors hunting down a larger animal would be like a episode, not a whole movie, like a episode in a documentary, or even like just a part of one.
Yeah, Because I guess I see, because it's hard to make a film with no dialogue, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't want the dinosaurs to talk, because that would ruin the whole movie.
Like
maybe
with Walking with
even, like,
Dinosaurs.
I feel like maybe even, like, subtitles would be interesting.
Subtitles for the dinosaurs?
Yeah. I mean, because they communicate a lot in the first
It's like
Jurassic
food,
World
food, hungry,
movie.
food.
More like hunt, take down that guy. I mean, from a realistic standpoint, humans would have to, like, put in, you know, basic words, you know, like the, of, and, that.
I feel like
And that may, okay,
that's
subtitles
like
are a little silly.
That's like a documentary, not really a film.
I mean, documentary, it is a film, but, you know. But something where it is not necessarily documented, but where it is fictitious, and there is a hybrid, and there are human characters, but the whole movie is
So you want Jurassic World from a different perspective?
Yes. Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. And if the Indominus didn't, like, trick the Velociraptors, where it's like all of them were on the same team the whole time, and they were all trying to hunt the Indominus. And then imagine the final fight with, like, the T-Rex and the Velociraptors. Well, mainly blue, but versus the Indominus. But, like, if the humans were there, I mean, maybe in the background, like, cowering in fear or briefly showing them. But, like,
I mean, they kind of
imagine
does that.
clips where, well, yes, but
I mean, you
more
only
of
see
that,
them
like,
cowering in
throughout the
fear,
movie.
like in the gift shop, and Owen hiding behind the fake Amber.
But also,
at it.
Claire had that big role when she's got the flare and
Running
she's, like,
in heels.
Yeah, I mean, that was shot practically. That
Yeah.
wasn't like, so she was able to do that.
But also, that T-Rex wasn't going fast at all. Didn't
Yeah.
really care.
Yeah, he could have easily, you know. So, like, imagine how cool some of the clips would have been if they were a Velociraptor first-person perspective.
Well, we kind of do get a little bit of that in via the cameras that they have on them, and
Yeah.
the ACU scenes.
I'm saying mostly that in a movie, not just like a brief clips when they're, like, killing people. Mostly that, or Indominus perspective, like when it's like hunting for sport. That whole process that we just didn't see because, you know, all CG.
Well,
of all
we
the
saw
dinosaurs.
it. We just saw, like, the little dots, like, going towards each other in the ACU in the background, and then, like, some of them turning red.
Yeah, as opposed to actually full models of
You want more dinosaur fighting.
more dinosaur fighting. That's what I want. I want to think MonsterVerse, but dinosaurs.
So
With
monsters.
Yeah, I guess. If you could have another Jurassic Park movie, what would it be? Like, what would it be about? Focused on?
Perfect Jurassic Park movie. That's a hard question.
I was expecting the Spinosaurus to be in Dominion because I was expecting and hoping, because it had that a large role, a huge role in 3, and then it never came back.
Well,
we had kind of
in Camp Cretaceous.
the animated series on Netflix.
And that's probably it's gonna die in season 4.
Yeah.
That's why it's in Dominion.
Yeah, I guess. Does Camp Cretaceous take place before Dominion?
Yes, quite a bit.
Oh,
Takes place after Fallen Kingdom, before Dominion.
okay.
Well, some seasons take place in.
We're kind of veering off the trivia here now. I don't even know where we veered off. But what would be your perfect movie?
I think a good Jurassic Park movie would be a prequel. That wouldn't be my favorite dinosaur movie, but, like, kind of explaining how Hammond and Lockwood work together, like hiring Wu, making the first dinosaurs. Like, the dinosaurs wouldn't be a central role; it would be about Hammond and Lockwood and Wu in Lockwood's basement making dinosaurs back when. So I think that would be really interesting. Like, you would still see dinosaurs and such, but they wouldn't be, like, antagonistic. It would be how would a movie like that end? With the opening of Jurassic Park, or, like, the calling Alan Grant or something? I think it would end with, like,
It ends
Hammond,
with the
like,
opening of
going
Jurassic
down
Park.
in the helicopter and like waving at Grant, or like it going in, opening up a wine bottle in Grant's RV.
Yeah, I guess that could be nice. Maybe like a comedy. I feel like a
they
duo
were
like that.
They were gonna make a Hammond TV show. I don't know if they're still working on it or if that's gonna be a thing, but like that I think would be really good. I think that would be good in movie form.
Yeah,
I
just
want to know more about like the beginning of InGens, what the first dinosaurs look like how the actual characters, because I feel like often certain things about characters get glossed over because dinosaur fighting, which I think is fun and is good, but for a Jurassic Park film to work, there has to be
we have a live audience now.
There has to be character development, which there is, but often if there's a scene and the movie's getting too long and it's a scene that's just about characters and doesn't really involve dinosaurs, it's cut.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of my problem with Dominion, but also the director's cut is coming out. So that's very exciting.
It seems like we have a squirrel or a chipmunk back there that is making a ruckus. Yeah, I think a dinosaur POV movie would be awesome. I mean, there wouldn't be like, I don't know when it take place. Probably like a rewriting of Jurassic World.
I think that could be cool if they like kind of retconned and went back to the beginning, like seeing the main Velociraptor's perspective from Jurassic Park. Like when they, at the opening of Jurassic Park, when they're putting the Velociraptor into the pen, it grabs the dude and rips him in.
Yeah.
Or like when they're in the kitchen scene, but from the Velociraptor's perspective and stuff like that.
I feel like it'd make more sense as a TV show, and each episode being like from
like a major sequence in the films.
Yeah, from their perspective. So I don't know how on earth they'd make that, but again, this is all hypothetical because we're not going to be making any Jurassic Park movies. But I feel like it'd be cool because some of the characters have died that are in some of those scenes, you know, and I feel like remaking that, they'd have to like go back to the sets, and then the actors have aged, like the kids have aged, so it wouldn't work in a realistic perspective. But if they had filmed those at the time and then now just releasing it, I think that'd be very cool.
Or it's like more of like a retcon where the actors are different, which I don't know if I'd like that at that point.
Yeah,
but I think it would be interesting to see
CGI at all. Be awful.
Yeah, just like I think it could work like if Hammond's just like looking into a room full of velociraptors and then you see his cane drop and you like run the other direction, but he like only sees legs. That'd be great if it's like just from like a Compsognathus perspective, so all you see is just people's feet the whole time, just running around and stuff,
looking up. Imagine how crazy that'd be. That'd be like watching a whole movie, but from a small character, first person POV.
Yeah, not many movies are just entirely
first person.
Yeah,
but I think that it would work if it was dinosaur, and not necessarily first person, but maybe like where it's like from the top of the head, like GoPro situation, you know?
Oh,
where it's like you can see the face briefly,
or like it's,
but not briefly, but like at the bottom third of the
maybe like about the training of the Velociraptors in Jurassic World, like Owen training them.
Yeah.
So they all actually have GoPros on their heads, and it's all just like
honestly,
live feed.
I think that I don't know if it'll work as a movie, as a full-length film.
Be a TV show.
But I think that'd be cool to see like Owen training the Velociraptors, and like it's showing often it's showing clips of the dinosaurs looking around and things like that. Plus, it'd be more character development for Owen
and the Velociraptors.
Yeah.
Because at this point,
and how like maybe how he got the job, why him of all people.
Well, he's an animal behaviorist and was in the Navy and stuff.
Yeah,
we know that,
sure
but it's
very
also
also animal behaviorists that were in the Navy.
But they're not Chris Pratt.
They're not Chris Pratt. Well, okay. I mean, I did like the trivia. Don't forget to email us at best.guest.podcast@gmail.com.
And check our Instagram account at bestguest. We post almost weekly bloopers and other stuff.
Yeah, so there'll be bloopers, there'll be reminders. There'll be bloopers and reminders for upcoming videos. And we'll see you later.